The highly anticipated murder trial of Lloyd Rayney, a former West Australian prosecutor accused of killing his wife, has begun in Perth. The high-profile legal roles of both the accused and his murdered wife have forced the WA government to use a New South Wales prosecution team and a South Australian judge to avoid any potential conflict of interest. Andrew O'Connor reports from Perth.
Lloyd Rayney was flanked by his teenage daughters as he arrived at court for his long-awaited murder trial, being dubbed in the West as the trial of the decade. He was a prominent barrister and his estranged wife a Supreme Court registrar when she died 5 years ago, sparking an investigation that continues to divide Perth's legal profession and the wider community. The couple's links with legal circles led WA's state government to take extraordinary steps to run what may prove the state's most expensive criminal trial. Presiding over the trial as judge alone is former Northern Territory Chief Justice and former South Australian Supreme Court Judge, Justice Brian Martin. New South Wales Senior Counsel John Aegis heads a prosecution team being run by that state's Director of Public Prosecutions. Corryn Rayney was last seen alive leaving a suburban boot scooting class on the 7th of August 2007. 8 days later, her damaged car was found abandoned in a street near Perth's Kings Park, leaving an oil trail leading back to the precise spot in the nearby park where she'd been buried. The family home was forensically examined and within weeks, police had taken the controversial step of naming Mr Rayney as the target of their investigation.
He is our prime suspect because our evidence at this time leads us to believe the offence occurred at that house.
In his opening statement, Senior Counsel John Aegis told the court Mr Rayney strangled his wife at their family home as their children slept upstairs. He said doctors would give evidence the cause of death was consistent with compression of the neck and spine and brain damage. Mr Aegis told the court the Rayney's marriage had irretrievably broken down and that Mrs Rayney had threatened to harm her husband's career, telling a friend on the phone that she would ensure he never made Queen's Counsel. The court was also told that soil and plant material found on Mrs Rayney's body matched samples taken from the garden at the family's home. Mr Rayney has repeatedly denied any involvement in his wife's death. The trial is expected to last at least 2 months. Andrew O'Connor, Lateline.